and welcome to another Inside the Den gameplay. Today we're going to do World of Tanks. As you can see, I'm already in the game. I'm going to run through a few battles. This is mainly just to show you guys some of the new things that have come out with the many updates that have come up, and more just kind of play the game. So I am going to start off and run through with my T1 Cunningham, so let's jump into a battle. I'm not going to mess around with all this stuff. You guys kind of already know all that, especially if you play the game, you know, like how to use experience and all that stuff. We'll probably use some of that stuff as I get through the different battles. The one thing that I really like personally about World of Tanks is that you can jump into this game and you can actually play matches really quick. They don't take very long at all. You can see there's always a ton of players in the queue. You've got 111 players, so we're getting dumped into the queue. Every game is nicely, I like it because I think every game is nicely balanced between the number of heavy tanks and medium tanks, light tanks, tank destroyers, SPGs, all that different stuff. So it's one reason that I'm really a fan of the game. This is probably the longest it's ever taken for me to actually get into a game, probably because it looks like we've got things leaning on the high side of things, and actually the high and low side, or at least it was. So it's taken a little bit longer for us to actually get into the game. Hopefully I won't waste too much time sitting here. I may actually pause this. I am gonna pause this, and then we'll jump in as soon as I'm in the game. Especially since there is a look. Did we get in? There we go. So we're in Province now. One thing I also like about it is there are a lot of different maps, and getting to know the different maps, getting to know different areas. You can see right now there's all the different tank types. Who the players are on our team. I'm on the left side all the way down at the bottom because I'm in my little T1, and we got 30 seconds until the game starts while everybody's loading up. And we all start in our little area. You can see down in the bottom right hand side you've got your map. You can see where our flag is and where their flag is. Now this map I've played once. This is one of the newer maps, and actually one of the newer maps really to me. But it definitely is one of those ones that I don't know that well yet, so I'm probably going to hang back a little bit, especially since I'm also in a T1. I'm not in some of the heavier tanks that exist out there. But let's go ahead and move out. We're going to head off in this direction. I do have a lot of upgrades on this tank. I spent a lot of experience on different stuff and upgraded it. Now, a couple of things, for those of you that play the game, you'll notice that it takes a little while for my little aiming receptacle to keep up with stuff, and that's simply because it is more realistic that way. Now we can obviously zoom in, and then we can see where our aiming is at. So we're going to head over this way a little bit, kind of follow this group of tanks, have this other T1 run into us, but not really. So now there's a lot of different ways to actually win in World of Tanks, which I think is pretty cool. You can either eliminate the enemy completely, or you can kind of get into their little flag zone and then take over their flag area. So one thing that I also like is as the tanks that you're partied up with, or your team, sees another tank, that puts it on your radar. So it doesn't look like too many of these guys are cruising over this direction, but we are going to kind of follow the leader here, cruise around this back way that kind of keeps us away from enemy fire here real quick. So we'll go ahead and bust through here. We're gonna stay behind this guy. That's kind of cheating, but we're actually not gonna stay behind him. Well, let's not run into each other. Let's keep a move on. We're gonna play a little. Oh, I guess we're both gonna play a little dangerously and cruise across the other side here. I love that too. The fact that the environments are destructible as well. So it looks like we're cruising over here without too much action. They are probably just sitting and waiting for us somewhere. He's firing on somebody. So who's he firing on? We're gonna cruise up behind these rocks here. There's somebody down there. So he's firing on one of our guys. We're gonna see if we can keep him in our sights. Oh. We gotta back up. We're gonna get waxed. Let our guys start fixing things up. So we're not going to get that kill, but one of our other tanks is going to get it. He's down to 14%, and he's destroyed. There we go. So I just got to watch myself a little bit. See if we can get that guy to move a little bit forward, and then we can actually get a little shot in on him. We got just the tip. Let's see if we're getting fired on. Oh, they know we were sneaking in the back way. So these guys are cruising over this way. They know we're back here now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to move fast enough to get out of here, or let's see if I can get Oh, that guy's got 4%. I'm gonna cruise over this way and try and take him out. He's got all of 4%. He's gonna keep coming around this corner. Let's see if we can get a shot in on him. There we go. We had him nice and ambushed, wrapped up. We actually are getting pretty beat up here. I gotta see if I can survive this match. May have to make a run at the. Now, one thing that's also really cool that I like is now we're down to 5 versus 8, so we may have to make a run at this flag here. But one thing that I really do like is that once you're eliminated from the match, you basically can take and you can jump out of the match and cruise into another match really pretty quick. You can see down there on the right hand side, I'm 27 of 105, so I'm pretty beat up right now. And we've got 5 of 9. There's a tank that's destroyed. We're gonna be able to make a run at this. We're getting shot at. Somebody, nobody's shooting at us. There's that guy coming around the corner here. That my guys up there are firing upon. We're gonna get a little ballsy here. Probably gonna end up getting us killed, but oh well. Oh. He went behind the hill there. Yep, there it is. Just about to take my shot, and he wasted me. Can't believe those guys up on the hill weren't taking him out. Oh well. We're probably going to lose that match anyway, seeing that there's only 4 of my guys alive. So and they're pretty much all right up there. They need to make a run at that flag, or else this is going to be over real quick. So, but here's the thing I was going to tell you. So we can go ahead and escape. We can go back to garage, which is like, yep, I want to exit the battle. I'll still get all my experience. I'll still get all the coin that I normally get, which I really like that. But you can see in battle right there. So that'll stay in battle until he pops out. You also get double experience right now for your first victory of each day. So I'm not going to get it for that one because obviously we lost unless the rest of that team pulls out a miracle. Now another thing you have to maintain is your service. So we're going to go in here. Let's go ahead and accept. That resupplies all our ammunition. And this is our German tank. So as you can see, I do have one of each of the tanks. So let's jump into battle with the German tank. We're going to kind of go random. Hopefully it takes a lot less time than it took last time to get into a game. That get much nicer, much quicker. So there we go. So you can see we're much higher on the list here because we're not using a lighter tank. We're using a little bit of a heavier tank, which is kind of nice, but I don't have this tank as upgraded as my other tank. It's fairly upgraded, but not as upgraded. And this is actually one of my favorite maps. I don't know why. I probably, you know what it is with me on these shooter games, whatever map I end up playing the most, it usually becomes my favorite map. And I have a habit of, as you can see down in the right side there in the map, I have a tendency to go kind of that little island on the left, kind of hang out there and just wait for guys to come into my my aiming. You can also take and head these roads, follow the road, and there's usually kind of a center section of the map that everybody ends up just piling on and beating each other up in. But we're going to jump in there, and here we go. Let's get started. Yeah, as you can see, I'm pretty slow right now because I just I just don't have this tank as upgraded as the other one. It's also a much heavier tank, so it's going to take a little bit longer for him to get places. Another strategy on this map is to kind of cruise right along this little ridge here. Keep yourself kind of out of harm's way, so to say. You can see there goes one of the T1s because they're nice and fast. He's cruising over that direction. We're probably going to start seeing some guys cruising along this ridge here pretty soon. Zoom in a little bit. It's taking out trees. I love the physics of the game as well. Like you saw right there, I actually sped up when I was going downhill. One thing is the realism on that stuff, and you see right now I'm slowing down because I'm going uphill. Really like that type of stuff. That realism in the actual gameplay is really kind of cool. So we're going to keep nice and close to these little rocks here, give ourselves some cover if I can get there sometime this week. This tank is so slow. This is the first thing I'm going to upgrade when I get out of here. But this is one of the newer tanks that I recently purchased. So there's our buddy over there. He's kind of hiding out. You can definitely use the trees and the bushes for cover, so that becomes kind of a tactic all in of itself. So as you can see, there's a T1 that these guys are fighting right in the middle here, and there's a bunch of them heading up in that middle section, so they're probably all going to start wailing on those T1s. There's a guy coming up this way as well, so we're going to get him into our sights here shortly and see if we can't start wailing on him. Teammate looks like he was looked like he was firing on him, but I think he wasn't. I think he was... Let's see if we can get a shot in on this guy. I'm going to get up here a little higher on this ridge. We got a couple of guys over here that are trying to play the game as well. So as you can see, my aiming receptacle's a little bit lower simply because I was on an angle. Oh, they got my gunner. I'm smoked. Usually I'm actually pretty decent at this game. Today I'm playing like garbage, so I'm really gonna have to hope that that my teammates pull that one out. Unfortunately, they came to this little island area and wasted the both of us because it was really only the two of us, right? Well, there was one other guy back there, but basically we sucked it up. So let's get out of here. Let's head back to the garage. We're gonna jump in as another tank, hopefully a little bit quicker one. Because like I said, I can't remember. Let's jump in as this little French tank. I like this tank. It's nice and quick. So let's get in there nice and quick. And hopefully one of these matches I can actually win. That would be a nice change of pace to actually win one of these. But as you saw, like, I don't know if you saw it real quick, but my American tank, my T1 Cunningham, is actually out of battle now because that battle ended, so I could have gone back and used him. So, of course, now I'm sitting here waiting in the queue. It's so funny to me. Look at how many people are in the queue. Come on, let's get this going. Let's get these tanks going. Another, hopefully we'll get in. There's, I can't remember what the town is called. I'm not very good with these map names. Probably because I play too many goddamn games. I just play so many games I can never remember the maps from all these different games. But it's one of the cities, and you've got the rail yard and all that stuff. I'm sure one of you guys will be happy to correct me in the comments of which map that is. But that's actually one of my favorite ones. I like the fact that you can cruise down different roads and all that stuff. So, players in the queue dropped significantly. I was going to say a game must have started, and I got the map that I wanted. There it is, Himmelsdorf. So we've got a train yard on one side. We've got a bunch of battles that'll happen in the streets, up and down both sides, and then you can go up to the top and cruise by this cathedral and all of that stuff. But we are all lined up like nice little ducks in a row. I think it's definitely pretty cool that you no longer just have the simple mode where the flags are just in one space. You can see this is kind of everybody. I think they're down. Yeah, they're down in the bottom right-hand corner. We're in the top right-hand corner. So in 15 seconds, we're all going to make a run kind of for that flag area to capture that one flag instead of there being two flags and actually having to capture your opponents. So we can see as well, like I said, it really does a good job of balancing it out as far as the heavy and the mediums. Now you saw in that first match that I did that there was a lot of light tanks. In this one, it's a little bit more skewed towards the medium side with less of the light tanks. But I am, once again, on the light side of things. So we're going to cruise down this way. We got that L tractor about to run me over. Thankfully he didn't. Cruising around here, and I don't know why he's right on my ass when there's all this room to the left and right of me to cruise down. This is just going to turn into a festival of destruction over here in the rail yard, because all of our tanks have hustled over there, and I'm sure plenty of their tanks have hustled over there as well. So you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to cruise down this way. I'm going to just go do things a little bit differently. Looked like there was somebody was getting fired at. And I know there's some little spots over here that you can kind of take cover. And even though I know I said this is a faster tank, it is once you upgrade it. I have not upgraded it yet. Probably something I should do, and so I won't be so slow and such a sitting duck when I'm cruising down these streets. Let's get off this main strip here and a little turn down this way. Still have yet to see any of the other tanks on the radar, so these guys must be hidden just like our guys, or not cruising around the backside. To see, as you notice in the map, they cruise kind of around that backside area to get towards that flag. And there we go. We found a bunch of bad guys. FT1s, FT17, MS1. I wonder if I'm going to be able to even get any shots in on these guys. I know exactly what they're doing. Looks like they're gearing up for something in the main strip here. So it looks like we actually snuck through okay. Let's see if we can get a shot in on that guy. He's hidden. He's hiding himself. Keeps cruising back and forth. That guy's behind the building. That guy's moving pretty good behind the building. I don't really want to expose myself too much more because those guys are just piling up, and they just destroyed him really nice and quick. So there's a lot of strategy that goes into the overall sequence of the game. That's for sure. You definitely want to make sure that you don't put yourself out there and make yourself a sitting duck, like I kind of seem like I'm doing right now, because I'm just spinning in place. Let's see if we can actually see this guy. Nope, he's behind that church. These guys are certainly wailing on him pretty good. Alright, we're going to make a run for it. Probably going to get waxed here, but we're going to at least make a run for it. We're going to take a chance. Luckily, I got back under cover with nobody seeing me. So there we go. We are actually probably going to win this because we are the only ones capturing the flag right now. So you see base capture. We are going to get this because we've got a ton of guys around the base capture, and they're losing guys left and right. Let's see if we can actually get over here into the mix sometime this week. Maybe get one shot off on that guy right there. Oh, nope. He got waxed first. Let's see if we can get a shot off on this FT17. Oh, he got waxed too. None of these guys are staying alive long enough for me to even get a shot off on them. Definitely time to upgrade the tracks. Let's see, we got it way over there. We even see them? Nope. See him? Nope. So, and they're all dead. We had this locked down. No time. These guys didn't even stand a chance. We went as one big, well, the guys who won the game went as one big massive bunch over to capture this base. Now if we jump in here, we'll actually help capture the base, even though it's already at 100%. But that's pretty much it for that. And there we go. So there's an actual victory. Woohoo! There's my personal achievements, which were nothing because I didn't do anything except for roam around the map. So you'd see the number of kills. This guy got 3 kills, which is pretty awesome. You'd see the experience I got and the credits. Of course, I wasted that experience a little bit because I didn't get any kills. So let's go back to the garage. Let's jump in with our Russian tank. And so you can see that little 2 times is gone there. So let's jump in with our Russian tank. We do have this one a little bit upgraded, but not too much. Once again, my T1 Cunningham is actually the most upgraded tank that I have. So let's jump in here with my MS1, and you do progressively are able to work through. One thing that a lot of people tend to like about the game is very much not pay to win. Now I do have some gold that I actually got for free. I haven't used any of it. You'd see it up there, 500 gold. That's kind of because I've had my account for so long. But when you take and you just play the game, you can actually get up to having the most powerful tanks. It takes a while, so it's definitely convenience-based if you want to spend that gold and power through a little bit faster and get some of those higher-end tanks to be able to play with. But it's available for you to be able to go in, just play the game, earn the gold, work your way through the tiers, and earn the different tanks. So, all right, so we're in Malinovka. I can't remember that. I think I remember this one a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. So this one is this is one of those maps that I usually hang back a little bit, but we'll see. I may get a little bit ballsy. They've got, you see, everybody's kind of in close proximity. I also have taken and gone kind of up and around to the right on the little mini map there and cruised up in that direction. Have you guys ever seen birds fly that slow? Are they birds or are they butterflies? Those are gigantic butterflies. Look at the size of those things. Either way, I love the environments, love the way that they put these all together. It's always nice when all they have to do is worry about one pretty simple map. So we're actually going to cruise over here by the water feature. They're going to probably set up some guys in those buildings over there, and so we're going to want to stay on a little bit lower level and stay out of sight, out of mind, so to say. Let's cruise along here through the trees, which gives us a little bit of camouflage. And that's one thing that I haven't done yet. I haven't done any of the cosmetic things. I haven't actually put any camouflage on my tanks yet, which can be helpful to keep your tanks even more hidden from sight. So there's somebody there. We got a guy coming right up here.
Our driver is dead. We can barely move.
Of course. MS1 versus MS1, but I missed the first shot. He hit me with both his shots, so I'm dead and out already. No reason to stay in there. Of course, I played probably my 4 crappiest games ever for you guys, which is always awesome. So, but you can also, like you guys know, you can upgrade your crew and all that stuff. So, but I'm going to call it here. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me get my ass handed to me in 4 separate games in this version of Inside the Den. Don't forget to subscribe and keep yourself updated as each new episode is released. And don't forget to comment and like these videos. I expect plenty of comments talking shit, which I am more than happy to take. I don't have a problem with that. So, until next time, thanks for watching.